Thank you for staying with us. Well, to get another perspective, we're being joined by a political scientist, Boladele Adekoya. It's a pleasure to have you again on the program.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So there is the argument that the president's anti-corruption fight has double standards. Do you agree?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's glaring to, like Pius Obagrona used to say, I think it is audible to the deaf and also very, very glaring also to the blind. There's so many controversial cases, really, when it has to do with individuals within the cabinet of the president that seems to be untouchable. Most of such individuals have been pronounced saints. They've been knighted as saints even before the commencement of trial or investigation.
So was there a ceremony to that effect?
No, this is just if you look at the body language of the president, it has shown clearly that the laws are not meant for everybody. Laws are meant for some individuals. While some other individuals enjoy a level of immunity against this so-called anti-corruption crusade. We've had a series of cases in Nigeria. We have the issue of the Secretary of the Federal Government. We have the issue of the Chief of Army Staff. We have the issue of the Chief of Staff to the President. Tons and tons of cases, allegations against them.
Allegations?
Yes, of course, allegations against them. And for every anti-corruption war crusade also that have been fought in this country, it starts from allegations. When start allegations and you have concrete evidence, you go to court. But in Nigeria, I'll take for instance now the issue of the SGF. There were allegations initially, then the Senate had a committee that investigated and looked into it, and they found that he was guilty of the allegations against him. Now, for the president or the presidency to have taken up the position of the court and decided that such individual is not guilty without going through the proper channel of trial is preposterous.
The president's aide, Garbashew, said the president hasn't said anything of such.
But you and I saw the letter that was sent to the Senate clearing the SGF of such allegations. See, the problem is this.
But still, the president's aide says the president hasn't said anything in that regard.
That is an afterthought. We have a letter written in ink, and for some individual to come up later because of maybe public outcry against the position the president has taken and said, oh, nothing is there, no, that the president has not said, has not exonerated him. I think that is just an afterthought, and that is just a PR stunt. To me, I feel it is clear, it is clear to everyone that if you are in the good book of the president, you automatically knighted the saint, and no allegations can stand against you.
Are you trying to say that over time, since he became president, he hasn't made any headway in the fight against corruption?
Well, I'll be very sincere with you. I think he has made some remarkable steps. I think some remarkable steps, which is good. But I'm very critical of people who come up and tell you they are doing anti-corruption crusade, because really what Nigeria needs is not anti-corruption crusade. We need a system that makes it almost impossible for the corrupt parties to succeed. Now, when you keep taking people into custody, we have the issue of the Dasuki case, and a lot of people are talking about he has stolen a lot of money. But it's not just because he has stolen. And most Nigerians are corrupt. I'm going to be very frank with you, because you cannot.
Is there statistics to back
that? No. I'm not speaking of the factual aspect of it now. But what I'm saying is that the general norms now, maybe it's a cultural thing. What they tell you is that because you have not gotten to that position, when you get to that position, you might probably be corrupt. Fine, that's based on probability. But what I'm saying is this: if a system allows an individual to rank in such amount of money, as the allegation against Dasuki, then that means that system is faulty. So instead of trying to try individuals, why don't you fix that system? Because if you try the likes of Alense Madikwe, try the likes of Dasuki and the rest of them, the next administration is still going to come up and still going to give you details of individuals that have stolen from this administration, and it keeps going on. You do not stop.
Just to wrap it up now, how effective would you say the EFCC and the ICPC, including the police, in this fight against corruption?
Well, for the police, that's very comical, because it is nearly impossible.
Let's not forget the judiciary.
Yeah, for the police, I think it's very comical, because you don't expect a sector that is deemed corrupt to also fight corruption. For the EFCs, I think they've done a wonderful job.
That is also not backed by statistics.
No, that's not. Of course, we're just saying this generally now. Now, if you look at also the issue of the current chairman of EFCs, I think he has done remarkably well. Also, some allegations burden on his own integrity as well. But that is still up for debate. Then you also have the issue of judiciary also is you cannot fight corruption without judiciary. You are just wasting your time because there are people that make pronouncement, make judgment. But we saw this. We saw what came up during the issue of some judges being arrested, allegations against the JSC. I think to combat corruption in the judiciary is for the NJC to act itself, because you cannot stop that except the NJC itself as a body is not corrupt. And when the NJC is not corrupt, they will be able to deal with. And if you look at the composition of the NJC, you have the likes of the NBA president, the CJ has to appoint, and the rest is comical to an extent, because that procedure even leaves room for loopholes for the CJN appointing or for individuals, they being people of his own, people that listens to him. So to me, I feel by and large, it's still about structure and policy, which is very important. Once we get these structures right, at the NJC, the presidency, the anti-corruption, the EFCC, and again, I don't see reason why the president should appoint the EFCC chairman. It is not done, because what if the family of the president is also corrupt? And for Nigeria, you cannot talk when you are eating. So do you expect the EFCC chairman that is appointed by the president to arrest, maybe for instance, the first lady if she's found corrupt?
Well, we have to wait and see how the those recommendations you made come into place. But then I think you should write to the Constitution Review Committee and see if they could probably adopt your recommendations, and perhaps the anti-corruption fight, like you said, will have one standard. But then, Bola Dale Adekoya, thanks for coming on the program.
It's a pleasure.
And sharing your thoughts. Well, that's where we are. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we're back with the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Join us again.
We had a voice speaking that I'm Judas the Chaos, all those stuff.
This video of a boy trapped in a wall in Ondo State takes the 5th position in this week's most viewed videos. Up next, in 4th, is the capture of the Sambisa forest by troops of the Nigerian army. In 3rd place is the video of a Nigerian warship headed to the Gambia as part of ECOMOG troops to enforce a resolution by ECOWAS. The second most viewed video is the broadcast of the former Gambian President Yahya Jammeh agreeing to step down from power after intense pressure from the ECOWAS nations. And topping the chart is the video of a truck filled with 145 children intercepted by security officials in Jos, Plateau State.
Well, there you go. Those were your own contributions to the program. Of course, the videos that you watched the most. If the one you were expecting didn't come, well, just go to our YouTube channel. It's www.youtube.com and watch that video. Perhaps it could come up on the top 5 next week. Now, by creating awareness of the implications of corruption and empowering the youth to fight corruption and encouraging the Nigerian leaders to adhere to ethical standards in decision-making as the foundation of Nigerian national policies, the fight against corruption might just be history in no time. But until then, Nigerians will be waiting for the president to fulfill his campaign promise. And we end on this note, but continue via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Victor Matthias.